Alright, today's Sunday, December 17th. It's about 11 o'clock p.m. Pacific, and I'm going to get started, as always, with the Euro count. Going off of last week, I spoke about different support and resistance levels to where I took trades, like I'm showing here, where my entry was at around 1730, 1729. It was over here. Target was 1855. Price went to 1862, in which price then reversed. So this particular resistance level held. I did go short. No, I didn't. I didn't go short. I was looking to go long. I went long here at about 1780, and then I watched it. This was like Friday. I ended up watching it. It was either Thursday or Friday. I think it was Thursday last week. And then once it found resistance at the 1810 level, I got out and price bounced. It held and it went down to the next support level. So this next support level here is 1745 basically. I was expecting a move to go between 1745 and 1720, which is the next level. So I have two ways to look at the direction this week of the euro, and my primary and my alternate, and it can go both ways. So going on to my primary, on the 15-minute level, as you can see, I went long at 1747 once price, basically my SMAs, price went above it, but as you can see right now, price is a bit trending down. So I'm gonna have to play this one a little close, because if price, in order for this to be a long good trade, price needs to break the 1810 level and then make its way eventually throughout the rest of the week above the particular 1855 level and somewhere closer to the 1905 level. So if price does not, if it finds resistance in the 1790 to 1810 resistance level, then the alternate, basically, if you look at it on a long term trade, as a larger view, I'm going to look at it on a 240 first. This is where you can just get an example. So this will be the top of 3, and wave 3 ended at 120.93. This was a few months basically, so from September all the way to November, this was wave 4. So this was a WXY for 4. Now I have this as 1 of 5, then this is 2 of 5. This is an alternate count. Now this is basically the start of wave 3 basically. The problem with that is that I'm seeing, and it is possible that price could continue going lower, is that normally if you have a wave 2 touch or get near 0.618 of the previous wave, so basically if this is wave 1 going up and wave 2 goes 0.618, then the wave 2 of 3 doesn't go 0.786. It tends to go about 0.618 or so, or about 0.5 of the previous wave. So you rarely see 2 deep retracement wave 2s in the larger wave 2 and in the wave 2 of 3. That's the concerning part. That's not telling a full story of price continuing higher. On the flip side, though, on the weekly, on the monthly time frame, the trend is up. On the daily time frame, it's consolidating. So if you look at it on a daily, just so you can just get a clear view of where I'm going with this market, because I pay a lot of attention to the euro dollar. I pay more attention to this particular pair than any other one. If the trend is consolidating on the daily time frame, well, then what's basically happening is this is not wave 4. This will be the top of 3. This will be A. of 4. Then you have a 3-way move up here, 1, 2, 3. This will be B of 4. And then, so let's see, just so I can give you a, you know what? And last time I did my drawing tools, it stopped my video. So I'm not sure if it's gonna do it again or not. I don't even want to go there. So I'll just keep going. It will basically be, if this is wave 3 and the daily is consolidating and you see prices go lower, well then this is A of 4. And what prices would need to do normally, and if it's forming a triangle wave 4, it's going to take a while basically if that is the case, well then price would need to find support at about 1620, give or take, somewhere around there. And to do that is I'll go from the top of wave 3 to the A basically. So this is, I'll measure the length of A to the top of B, and then 0.618 is where I would expect wave C to end. So you do that and you finish there. 0.618 is 1630, and that's on the Fibonacci level. I said about 1620 before, just looking at the Ichimoku cloud. Support level was 1670, and then you can kind of come down here and you can look to your left and you can see a bunch of other support zones in here. So when I saw this one at 1665, I saw one at 1670. I came back in here just on a quick glance, and you can see just in here, this whole cluster, there's still support and resistance levels that you can like pick apart and come to a conclusion of where price may find some support at. So if price does continue going down, well then this will be wave C. If I highly doubt that price goes below 1561. If that's the case, then this will be a very difficult. You would have to say that this is not wave 3, this is wave 5, and now you have like a 1. You have a 1, 2, probably 3, 4, 5, 1, 2 count basically, and now you're starting basically dollar strength, and I don't see that being the case. But you know, with the currency market and any market, you never know. There's nothing out there that's 100%. So this is just a look at what it's likely to be. So if this is not wave 4, this is A of 4. You have B of 4. You'll have C of 4 that is going to end somewhere between 16, let's say 40 and 1620 in that area. And then you'll have a D, E, and then prices will move up. So just keep an eye on that as an alternate, but always keep your alternates very close, because my primaries are often wrong and my alternates are right, but I still make good trades either way. But I always try to have a count in both ways, and in both directions. But at the end of the day, I'm still favoring the upside. So what I'm expecting in the euro is I'm expecting this to hold as a support level, and I expect price to most likely come to 1790 sometime tomorrow or so, and then it may kind of consolidate in this particular area, but this support level at 1745 should hold, and then from there it should take off. And I'm expecting a large move to the upside between Wednesday and Friday of this week, or if that's not the case, I'm expecting a large move to the downside between Wednesday and Friday of this week. And if that is the case, looking back at my 240, it will prove me right. Where is this? It will prove me right if a large move up and it breaks out and it breaks above, let's say 1900. Well, then we know that we're in the start of wave 3. Now, on the flip side, if a large move to the downside occurs, well then you know that This is the A, this is the B, then you have the A here, the B, and now you have a impulsive wave C to the downside basically, which will be, this will be 1, 2, 3 A. You'll see B maybe go to around 1830, between 1830 and 1850, and then you'll see C shoot down from 1850 to 16 to the 1600. So it's going to be an impulsive move towards the end of this week, one way or another, to the up or the downside. Right now, I'm still favoring the uptrend, but at the end of the day, as it gets closer, I believe I will be able to have more of a confirmation of what it's going to do. And I firmly believe if price hovers above 1810 and then 1855, that's going to signal a buy basically to the long side. If it stays in that 17, this little current area, and it gets to that 1810 level and it just cannot break the 1810, it stays in between 1810 and 1815, well then I know that the 1855 resistance level will hold, and then price will go to the downside. So I expect definitely to keep, definitely Wednesday, I'll have another video out, but being that this is the week before Christmas, I'm only going to focus on this market and maybe the pound. I don't see too much volatility like that the week before the holidays, and also I've done good enough this particular month to close out the rest of this year, and just to stay out of the other currency pairs and just stay with this particular pair for the remainder of the year. So keep an eye out on this. I no longer need these as targets. We already know, this was last week, so we can move this entry to here. This is where I entered, and I entered at 17. Uh-oh. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. Move back. I entered at 1747, and I'm expecting price to hold its support level at the 1745 and continue upward. One more market I was looking at, but I'm in it, but I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Is a pound. It's very tricky because price continues these sharp moves. You know, you look at this. This is not, the only thing it's telling me is that these are lower highs, and I'm not that type of trader. I don't care about. I do care about that, but I don't take it into much consideration. I took this particular trade going long because of the double bottom that I saw. But price still may find some resistance at this about 3410, 3415, 3400 level. If price does not break that particular level and it stays in there, well then that's my indication that the dollar is going to get strong at the end of the week, and that's when I'll probably make a reverse even on the euro. So I'm looking at these two to try to see what's the most likely outcome of the dollar of the week ahead, basically. And then I'll also look at a couple of other pairs just to try to get a real indication, a couple of euro pairs to see what directions it's headed in. For example, just to kind of give you an example, with this particular trade last week, I profited 350 pips on this particular move here. If I start to see that this particular support level here holds at around 5,300 and price starts to make its way up, that means the euro is getting stronger against the Aussie. I'll look at another euro, and it's going to basically determine that most likely the euro basically is going to get strong, and I'm good in the euro dollar. If price if price continues to go lower, well, I gotta think about it basically. So even with the Aussie, last week I spoke about the Aussie. Well, Aussie was right here at 75.26. I said if price breaks my particular red trend line, well, price will continue. And this was here. This particular Ichimoku 76.99 resistance level was here well before price got there. So now all I'm going to do is play the pullback. So if it comes back over here, then I'm gonna have, if this is A, basically, if this is the 5-wave move down, well then you have this is an A, basically. So then I'm gonna wait till it gets back here to the 76 level B to take the trade going long for wave C. So if the dollar gets weak, it's going to get weak in most dollar pairs, but that doesn't mean I have to take every dollar trade. That's insane. So I don't want to make this particular video longer than what I would like it to be. So to end it, keep your eye out on this. Let's look at this, and just to give you the last, that's one thing I forgot. If price does go down, basically if the euro drops, well then here are the other support levels, basically. So as I squeeze my chart, if it comes down to 70, if it breaks 1720, 1675 will be the next support level. And it's between 1675 and I'm sorry, 1675. It breaks that. Now you're looking at 1625 to 1590. But if it breaks 1675, well then I'm expecting wave C, basically on a larger time frame, to end near this 1625 area here. And that'll be wave C, and then you'll have a larger wave move up for wave D. So ending on that, and also if price cannot break out of my trend lines here, if it finds some critical resistance in the 134 low 134 area, well, you're going to see another move to the downside. So that's going to do it for Sunday night. I hope it helped, and happy trading.